I'm saving Daniel from doing editing work because he's out of town. So he's forgiven this one time because he had a death in the family. Condolences again to D2. Hi, everybody. I'm D1. I'm here with D3, Miss Lady Danny.
Hi, guys. You like my biker chick? But today's the
She's a biker chick today.
I'm the biker chick today, okay?
You know what? I have a biker chick too. Next time, you let me know ahead of time and I'll throw my biker chick on.
Let's see what's my next outfit for next time, because fall season is my favorite. So guess what?
Earth tones.
It's gonna be a different fashion for fall. Like, I love fall. Fall is
the absolute best weather. I mean, you get the best of all seasons into one.
The creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme, especially when the leaves change colors.
Right, and that's my birthday's in the fall, so it's only best.
You're the fall baby.
Yes, I am.
Oh my God, November. Yes, happy early birthday. Hope you got major plans.
Well, happy belated birthday to Dad.
Yes, I'm a summer baby though. Like
she celebrated her birthday on the 26th of August.
Hello, Virgos.
She was looking so stunning, but unfortunately she was sick, so that sucked. But it's okay, because guess what? As long as it's still 2021, we can still have a party. So when she comes down here, it's gonna be on and popping.
Amen, sister. Preach. Maybe when I crash her birthday party in November. So
and this year, but next year definitely cash me for my 25th birthday.
Okay. All right. Well, still happy early birthday, and we want to welcome our guests today, our audiences. Everybody who's tuning in, welcome to Eye. We are just here to have a conversation, chat with you guys, get some updates, find out what the heck is going on in the world. So, first off, happy Labor Day, everybody. I don't know who went out on a barbecue.
We need one of those. Oh, I had a birthday barbecue yesterday, so it was fun.
Oh, you see, you enjoyed your weekend. So, yeah. But yeah, it's really in the US. Huh?
I literally stopped by and said, hey.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
This girl. Okay, she's on something today, y'all. Bear with her today. That's why she got her biker chicks on. I should have known. I love the hair too. Wait, you did not have the hair last time I saw you, so you must have just did those.
Maybe about a week.
Kind of, sort of.
A week, 2 weeks. About 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. Looking fabulous with her aviator hair.
Listen, I'm trying to be like you.
Girl, stop. All right, let's get with it, because she's not gonna stop, okay? Don't bring up fashion, hair, or makeup, and she's gonna keep going. So we're gonna get started. So, well, with today, we're basically just gonna touch on, I don't know, the earthquake that happened in Haiti, where they're at with the assassination updates. We'll probably talk about the rain that happened in New Jersey. It was crazy. Oh yes, Lady D, tell us a little bit about the crazy rain recently.
Okay, so first of all, if you're in New Jersey, you lost someone, or you lost a car, or you lost your basement and all the stuff in your basement, listen, I am just so sorry, especially if you lost someone. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Condolences to all of you guys. But Jersey was bad. And it's crazy because we got the after effect of Hurricane Ida, and it was this bad. So imagine if we had the full effect like Louisiana did, we probably would be, it really, it would be a disaster. Like, forget just a couple people dying, we would have had a lot. A lot of people lost their cars. Multiple people that I know lost their cars. And mind you, these are brand new cars that they just bought, and they lost their cars. And it was like people had to swim out of their car because the rain got so high, and then they were trying to make it home, but then the rain literally went inside of their car. So it 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 was bad. Like people had to break their windows so they could leave out the car, so that way they could and I know a personal person that I know, she actually she got out the car and then she fell into the water. So she had to they had to come and drag her out of the water because like not everybody knows how to swim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know how to swim.
It's I don't either. But it was bad. Like I didn't expect it because when the rain happened, I was on my way home. It was Wednesday. When it started raining all day, but when that Wednesday afternoon, I was on my way home. And by the time I got home, my garage was actually already flooded. So by the time, do y'all see a ghost or is it just me? Guys, I see a ghost.
Oh God!
I'm like, the chair just went. I'm like, did she just disappear?
Are you seeing things?
Guys, listen, this was your magic trick for the day. Ta-da! That's disappeared, y'all, because
wow.
I was like, oh my God. But yes, it was by the time I got home after I came from work, my garage was flooded. But literally throughout the night, it was like maybe 11 o'clock at night where this guy, I think named Rail on Instagram, he posted, he said, Jersey is a swimming pool right now. And literally all you see was houses with like the rain literally all the way up to the, you see houses like all the water's all the way up to like the steps and everything. And it's just like, it's not something I don't think I've ever seen in my 10 years of being here. I don't think I've ever seen rain like that. I've never seen a storm.
Nobody has ever seen rain like this. Let me tell you, the last major rain in New Jersey was Sandy. And at least we were somewhat prepared for that because they told us ahead of time. So everybody went indoors and all you could hear was the wind howling. I remember I actually felt like the wind was talking. And then it felt so angry. Like, I'm like, dang, she mad. Who's she mad at? So now that we're seeing this rain, the rain I hear was about 7 inches. 7 inches of rain. And I'm sitting here like, wow. It caused a lot of, especially for people who have basements. I don't know if you've seen that video, but there was this this musician who lost all of his music demos, everything, because they used their basement as their studio. And I just felt, wow, like you felt that one, because you could see that with the video, the rain coming like on the very top of the door, and you're like, oh man, years of collections. It's crazy. And I think if you were like in the basement area, you really felt it. I got a lot of videos just showing cars getting stalled. You couldn't even see the roof of the cars. And imagine if half of these cars don't even have insurance.
I know.
I heard some people. I was actually doing a long trip and Grace was around. So I was like, let me not take the road yet. Let me let Grace go through. And I wind up leaving, which was kind of good. Otherwise, I would have been smacked by Ida. So I left just in time before Ida showed up.
Right, that's a good thing. That is a good thing, because girl, they came with no mercy.
And that's the thing. This is what I was saying. Like, okay, you see how we had that little thing that we were not planned for it. So imagine the people in Haiti when they get a little rain and they don't even have drains for the water to go nowhere.
No.
And if you're at the bottom, it just sits there. You're literally always swimming with all the trash, all the, I don't know, chemicals, all the, yeah.
I think Haiti would be like, well, especially with this, you know, what made this even worse this year was the fact that we just had the hurricane, and then right after Ida came through. Wait, no, Grace came through. Grace.
Wasn't there a Henry? I could have sworn I heard of a Henry too. Right? Maybe it was another part. But I'm gonna say this has led me to really start believing in climate change, because they're saying like some of the stuff that's happening is not natural. It's because we're warming up the world, like they said before, with global warming and climate change. Have been giving us warnings forever. Like we're not letting enough, I guess, heat out. They're staying in, and if they stay in on the earth, it's gonna cause a lot of issues, a lot of these spontaneous rains and earthquakes.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the reason is not only are we warming up the world, we're probably too many, and that's probably making me think about COVID. Like, what, let me not even say it, because I'm just thinking like, you have to get rid of people if the earth is supposed to survive. Like, it's like, okay, we could stop fueling, we could stop all these other things so that the earth is not getting hot, but another faster way to just get rid of people. I'm hearing genocide like everywhere, even in, was it Ethiopia? I could have sworn I read something about them killing off people there, just causing genocide. I mean, they're not telling you why, but all of this stuff is starting to make sense. I think that's my theory. That's my little conspiracy, that maybe that's why everybody's trying to go up to other planets and discover if they're habitable, because they're seeing what may happen to the earth at some point if we're going at the rate that we're going. I mean, some people are really trying to make changes. They come up with the how do you call the thing that the sun gives the energy for, like solar panels. Like, they're trying to find ways to burn fuel without causing damages and stuff like that. I'm like, it's good, but everybody's not gonna get on board for these things. Not when you're so spoiled and so used to just burning stuff up.
Right.
I'm like, oh, that's how it works. I mean, I was trying to read about it on National Geographic, or was it NASA? I don't know. I was reading some things, and then once they start dropping chemical names, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna need the dumb version, like the. I slept in chemistry class, or all these things that they are saying. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna need the dumbed down version, please, so I can really understand what's going on. But basically, they kept on saying it's like the greenhouse warming effect, like where they put the plants in, and then there's that glass, and before the energy can go out, it stays and warm down. So it's like we have this invisible shield on the planet, and we're putting all these things out in the air, but it's too many, and they're not going out in time. So it's the heat is kicking back down, and then that's where you're getting all these spontaneous stuff. So a lot of these things, basically, they're trying to say is human made. So we're causing our own dilemmas, our own damages, our own downfall, essentially. So if we're not watching the thing that's being, I mean, we're all gonna get blamed for it, but we're not manufacturers, we're not industries, we're not technically doing them, but because we're consuming stuff, they're gonna keep making them, and therefore, boom. So remember, let me see, we had the Hurricane Harvey. Remember Hurricane Harvey in Texas?
Right.
So it's like this thing, they keep happening too close in between now, that maybe there's going to be like this bad ripple of domino effects, and we're not going to be able to stop them, because technically, like, within August, I know it's hurricane season in a lot of places, but we've been getting a lot of rain and back to back. So I'm like,
right. It's usually, and it's weird because summer is usually hotter. Let's be honest here. Summer is usually hotter, and we usually have most of our rain in like springtime. Like we'll have most of our rain in springtime, but for it to keep going, like, and at this rate, but then we have hurricane season, which does happen around that time. Around like October, November, with September, we still have those.
Yeah, but it's the fact that things are just switching up. Like I said, it sounds as if Earth is going to literally become hell, right? I mean, that's what I'm getting, because they're saying like the glaciers, there's other areas that only have nothing but ice, and supposedly those are melting away. And as they're melting away, guess where they're going? They're going into the sea. So them melting is raising up the sea level. Okay, so when there's a little bit of crazy rain, the sea just be like back out to, like, I mean, not usually in tsunamis, but they keep moving closer inland, and people have to keep pushing back. So you figure in a couple of years this keeps happening, game over, man.
Game over.
Game over.
But at least I know that God said, listen, he won't destroy the earth with water anymore. So at least
yeah.
Listen,
I
okay.
said he wouldn't do it, but God is giving humans so much power. Like, do your thing, and we're over here melting the ice that's supposed to be in place. So I don't know how we're gonna blame God if the earth decides to swallow us up in water.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
Right, I better learn how to swim ASAP. How about that? Oh, I'm gonna tell Naka, put me on that. I'm going with them.
I ain't enrolled for classes. You're trying to come with me. It's only $20 a class. Let's go.
Yes, let's find the next LA Fitness and just, listen. So that really has me thinking about climate change. I think I'm going to read up more about it just to be like, okay, how can I do my part and save energy, save on fueling or whatever else, I guess every little bit is going to count. Same thing for when the earthquake happened in Haiti. Speaking of every little bit counting, did you see how many people sent stuff out there to help out? Lots of medical supplies went out. I was like, shout out to the Patriots, even though, I'm a Giants fan and we absolutely hate the Patriots. But
why? Oh, competition with her.
But they sent out a plane, so shout out, okay? Shout out. Brady's not in the Patriots anymore, so I guess we're okay. So,
it's a lot of contests and everything like that for Haiti's relief. Like there was like a karaoke party that Success Junior hosted. It was a concert with Future, Florence, and a couple other artists.
Concert.
Yes. And then I know there's been more. I know Haitian artists have been like, basically letting people come and send, whatever donations, pads and everything towards their house. And then that way they're able to send that to Haiti, like, so people can get help. So that's been such an amazing way. One of the organizations that I truly love, because what they do every year, and Petit Kai, what they do every year is they'll like collect school supplies before the beginning of school. They'll go ahead and bring supplies to the kids in Haiti to make sure that they have stuff to go to school. So they've been doing
those are really great. I think in one of the groups I'm in, Kidney Stephen Foundation, he does that every year where he collects school supplies for the kids, and I hope they are planning on rebuilding lots of schools in Haiti so that they can go in October. Even up here, I think because of Ida, our school days got pushed back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's definitely good stuff. And I'm like, while I was watching all of that, at some point I really felt like some people were really doing it for media attention. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, well, who cares? They getting the stuff. So if you want to get your glory and your praise while you at it, don't nobody care. As long as, they're getting the medical supplies and the medical needs that they can use. And trust me, they needed a lot. I think they had, hold on, I have it. I'll tell you. They had about at least over 2,000 people died in that earthquake anyways. Very sad. Very sad. And with Ida, I heard 42 people died.
Extra.
So it's like no matter where you're turning, left and right, it's just tragic.
And not to mention now, with all the people dying, now there's a gun violence going on in Haiti too. So it is legit like unsafe for you to go to. Like they literally, one of the gang leaders basically told the people, if you don't have nowhere to be, just don't be in the streets.
Don't be in the streets. Gangs are running the show. Unbelievable. I did hear about G9. I don't know if you've heard of that group, the one with Jimmy Shuggies here, aka Barbecue. Mm-hmm. He is fighting to get that new guy out of power, the new Prime Minister, Ariel Henry. He's saying he needs to come off power. Otherwise, Haiti's not going to see any peace. So I'm like, can they make that kind of a threat? He was literally in an interview and you could hear gunshots in the background.
Right.
And I'm like, is this the, oh, really? Like all up in your face, you know they are gangs and you know what they do. I mean, Jimmy, I guess, is trying to find justice for Jovenel. That's the way he's putting it. Because it's like, you guys came and assassinated this guy, you have no grounds, and this guy who's the PM, even though I think that PM was put in there by Jovenel, he's insisted that that PM, the prime minister, has something to do with the assassination. I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, maybe y'all all know what's going on, but you know, he tried to defend the fact that Jovenel has nothing to do with them. Jovenel don't even, because some people were trying to say that Jovenel was part of the whole gang and he's aware of what's going on and he's the one that was giving them guns and everything. I was just like, that's crazy, because I read that they have about 79 gangs in Haiti. I was like, 79 gangs?
Hey,
Black 1, 2, and 3, like.
See, that one I definitely have to research up on, because hey, it might be true, because I want did this person, but I think of all the ones that I've heard of, I know the was it barbecue sauce one. I know he's the one that
barbecue sauce.
I know he's the one that you know, definitely just, you know, it's one of the most feared.
And he's a former cop. He's a former cop, and then he decided to turn gang. So he already knows how the inside stuff works. And then he was saying that he's happy that Jovenel Moise, you know, showed that 5% of people in Haiti, well, 95% of the resources are not really being run by Haitians. It's like the, you know, the oligarchs, how they call them. That's really running the show, and 95% of the population is basically struggling.
Right. But speaking of running the show, how do you feel about our lady, our former first lady, saying that she is going to be running for president?
I don't want to be mad at you right now for asking me this question on our show. Because I was trying to ask people, how do they feel about that? What's their take on it? And I guess if you're not into politics, there's really no clear way to answer that question. But
map sweep.
Exactly.
Map sweep.
Plutôt nous dit ça. Because right now, yeah, on suit toujours pour y avoir une bonne réponse. But on the other side of things, I'm definitely down for a woman to push through the barrier and make things happen for the rest of the women. Because a lot of times when you don't have enough representation, you don't do much, because you don't see yourself, you don't see your face, you don't see your people. But if you can see that they push through, like for example, even out here, we were very excited that Kamala Harris, as a black woman, pushed through the barrier, right? Pushed through the whole glass ceiling thing. But then I felt like she's so overshadowed. Like I barely hear anything. Like you literally have to go and dig her up to find info. Like I'm not being fed things about her. So I'm like, is this algorithm crap again? Because how come she's not popping up on my radar? Let's just put it that way. She's not popping up on my radar like that.
Right.
And we're like, oh, okay, Biden, whatever. So speaking of Biden, I heard he had to pull out all the Americans from Afghanistan, and Taliban is running the show over there. So maybe G9 is like our version of Taliban.
That's actually a good way to put it, because the way the country is looking like, I actually, and this was like coming straight from the source, somebody that was in Haiti today, a good friend of mine died, and he was just basically saying like, yo, because he's actually in Haiti right now, he's like, yo, moto I get guys, like moto I the guys, but literally you can't go to certain parts because all you hear is gunshots. And he's like, bagay gaz nan ti moto la Jésus, l'oblige al pake ti moto an kote pou l'we ki jan la de la kay li, because it's too much. Wow. So it's just, it's like I look at Haiti and I'm just like, I'm looking at a movie. Like this is a movie. This is things that I see in movies.
I'm telling you, Because you know somebody's gonna make a movie out of it. I don't know when, because they don't make that many movies about us like that. But
Right.
especially with the assassination of Jovenel Moise, I really need to re-see step by step what have happened, what might have happened, and what the theory was, and
Mhm.
if and when they will ever find whoever did it. Because right now it's still an it's still an ongoing um theme. That's what we keep hearing. It's in process. We're still looking for things. I'm not hearing of any progress. I'm not hearing of anything. I think they're just gonna let this die out. Different things are gonna come to distract us, and we're not even gonna be focusing on that anymore. And it's just like, wow. But it is a murder mystery, and a lot of times, as we know, if you've ever watched Unsolved Mysteries, some of these things do not get solved, or it may be years later that it gets off. So the first lady, she did come on to ask for help for, from the international community, saying, hey, she's at least she's still trying to defend her husband. Like, yeah, I need to come together and help me find who did this to my husband. And that's when I really was watching her. I think she did this one fully in English this time. I was like, her English is definitely on.
Good. It is good. Because I was like, go ahead, First Lady.
You gotta love you some Danny boy.
I was just like, ooh, it's not that. Ooh,
we, so.
It's the educated lady. I was like,
okay. Exactly. And I think right now, if we had to get women running, she's definitely one of the runner-ups, because you see she got some talents and everything, but not sweet. Not
sweet. Petoma. I am Petoma. My name is Petoma. I'm sweet.
Whoa, yeah. what you know about that stuff?
I am an old soul trapped in a young lady's body. Okay, I'm just like
you now. Girl, okay.
Listen, okay? Petoma used to come on late at night when everybody was going to sleep, okay? But listen, I'll be on that TV like, wow, sweet.
All right, well, then I'll be the regular Toma in the Bible. I don't believe till I see it.
Bon, mais cause.
I guess that's why you call the Thomas. I'm calling Thomas. So, well, we're all about to actually end our show, but before we go, I wanted to ask you about the coronavirus. Are you vaccinated yet?
Me, I actually did. I took my first shot. No, it was a lot of thought. It definitely was a lot of thought behind it. But again, I'm saying this because it's like, okay, job wise, travel wise, and everything, you're gonna need this thing. Like, so it's like, and it's unfair. So to me, I feel like it's unfair because it's like you telling me I have rights, but you kind of took away my rights.
Exactly.
That I have to take this thing, and then, but then I prayed on it. And I was supposed to been taking like a month and a half ago. Every time I was going to take it always something ended up happening. One day I woke up and said, no, I'm not going and stuff like that. But then once, like literally the day I woke up to go get it, I was so at peace with the decision. I was like, okay, yeah, it's time, because I did the schedule. I did the appointment. And then literally when I woke up that day, I put on my clothes and I just went out the house. And then I went to take it. So I was like, yeah, that's how I know I'm supposed to do it, because I'm at peace with the decision.
Okay. Which version did you take? Was it the Moderna, the Pfizer, Delta?
No, the move, Pito. The move. I got the move.
Oh, the move's out already?
The move. But no, I got the Pfizer.
Okay. So, well, yeah, I mean, like out here, they're saying hospitals are basically going back to how it used to be, where they're running out of space, beds for people. They're getting overcrowded. And I'm sitting here like, really? And I think it's going to come up to the point where they're talking about for the actual, how you call the mask thing you have to put on, the machine. they're going to have to be selective about who gets the ventilators. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting to that point where they have to make a choice like you're not getting it, but you're getting it. But they're not saying based on what that they're calling that shot for. And I was like, wow, can you imagine like you just go to a hospital and they have to select who can survive and who won't? That's a little bit scary. And I also heard that American Airlines, they requested for all of their employees to take the test. And I guess now I don't want to say cancel that, but now everybody can come back to work because it was just nuts. But you're right about traveling purposes and everything. Like I really want to hop on a plane and go somewhere, but I have a feeling even if I go out, I won't be able to come back in.
You won't. You really. Because I was supposed to go. I was thinking of going to Canada, and literally, Canada ain't even let you. Even if you have the vaccine, you still have to take a COVID test before you even enter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they're very like, yeah, no. So
this is like a bit expensive.
Yeah, it's $200 to take the test at the border.
Wow.
Well, 200. Well, I don't.
But the vaccine is free, right?
Huh?
The vaccine is free.
The vaccine is free. But if you come to a border and you're trying to get in, you have to take that test. And if you didn't have the test, you're going to have to pay to take it.
I still think it should be, like, I guess kids and elderlies to start taking these things first. Because I'm hearing about a lot of kids having the COVID and I'm sitting here like, but just how? I guess this thing is no respecter of person. Like it takes anybody.
It's none, but it's crazy. When COVID first started, it was taking more elderlies. But afterwards, it just started like as each new strains happen, it's taking more different types of people. I know now I'm looking at more people that are dying are usually like people that are slightly bigger in weight. Like because then it's a it's a breathing problem. Like some people with obesity. So it's looking like it's taken because I had 3 people I know, 4 actually that died, that passed away from COVID, and they were all slightly bigger. So I'm like you observing as to okay, at first it was older people, then it started with certain, now it's like middle age, and then now it's okay. It doesn't matter if you're a kid, if you're kind of obese and you have that. It's a possibility. Ouch.
Ouch. Well, I'm still on the fence. Like I said, I just want to be one of the 99.999999999 people on the list that goes and gets it. So I'm just not like, I had to go to French Guiana and I found out at the airport that I needed to have this yellow card that says I took yellow fever shots. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I done purchased my ticket for all that money. I'm at the airport. I'm ready to go. And you're telling me I cannot go because I did not take a vaccine? I'm fine to die if I go over there because I'm not protected against this vaccine. Oh, this lady was adamant. No, ma'am, you cannot travel. I was like, what? And then she was like, but there's a spot in the airport where you can go take the shot. I was like, well, I'm already here. So let me go take the daggone shot. So I'm like, I think that's the only way I'm going to get the COVID-19 is while I'm traveling and they're giving me issues and they tell me there's a spot at the airport where I can go take it. Of course, it costs more money if you're taking it right then and there. But I had my little stamp from the doctor, came right back, that bam, in your face. Now, can I get my boarding pass, please? And so, yeah, I was just like, wow. But the good thing is now you take it for life. The issue with this vaccine is I think you're going to have to keep taking it because I hear her talk about you have to take booster shots now.
After months, yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, if it's like that one, a one and done, okay. Like I have my little yellow card. I better never lose it. And I'm set for life. But this, I'm like, damn, I'm not a fan of,
Well, I don't know what's gonna be happening with this COVID. I thought 2020, 2021 is almost over, and basically COVID looks like it just wants to have children, grandchildren, children's up in this place. No, seriously, like the parents came and they said, you know what, we're gonna take over like Columbus did, like literally. So literally they haven't, you know, the what's it, the son and daughters, Mu and Delta, you know, they did like like it's just populating the earth at this point. And I'm just like, you know what, better safe than sorry. But one thing I'm not doing for anybody, just be like, because when I didn't take it, I didn't try to like discourage people from taking it. But then when I did take it, I still don't encourage people, do it when you feel at peace with yourself to do it, because it's a decision that, you know, it's like, yo, what's gonna happen? Because they're forcing people to take this vaccine. Like, what's the reason? Mm-hmm. But now it's like, okay, people's job, like you can't, some jobs you can't go to work until you get the vaccine. You can't travel. You can't, you know, do a lot of things. So it's like, how, like, if I'm gonna have to function and take this, then that's fine. So now it's like, okay, I had to pray long and hard about it. And that's why I said the minute I felt at peace with it, that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and take it. And I did. But I will not be the person to be like, yeah, go take it. You heard me. Go. They're like, you ain't listening. No, baby. Just take it when you feel ready.
Yeah. So did you have any like side effects? Did you feel anything weird, woozy, different?
No. Everybody that took it, they told me to make sure I drank a lot of water before I took it and drank Tylenol. So what I did is I was drinking water since Saturday. Like I just kept drinking water. I didn't drink nothing else. And then in the morning I took a Motrin right before I left. So like it was like a pain reliever and a fever reducer just in case. So when I took the shot, one, you don't feel it. It goes so smooth. I didn't even feel it when they poked me or anything. I didn't feel it. So I once I took it, but then that same afternoon I was fine. And then the next day, like after a while, like of doing movements, it started to feel like it started to get inflamed. Like you could see that, you know, my arm is a little bit bigger, but it's like it's just like it's sore, just a little bit. Like I can still function and type. I'm holding it with this hand. I'm holding my phone with that hand. So it's not that bad. I didn't feel anything.
No, a lot of people have taken it. A lot of people have taken it.
I don't have no side effects, nothing. I'm still good. I came back home. I was a little bit tired, so I just went to sleep. And after that I went on about my day.
Okay, wow. Well, I'm glad that you have taken, I mean, the people who have, more power to y'all. I'm just a punk. So
it's not what it is.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. But we'll talk some more about that because you just took it, right?
Yes.
You just took it. Okay, so next time we'll ask her how is she doing, how is she feeling, and things like that. And you tell us in the comments if you have taken the vaccine and if you're feeling any side effects, because I would be curious to know how many Haitian people have already taken it. Because we know where we're saying that we didn't even want the COVID test kits in Haiti. And so now, yes, drop your comments below. Let us check it out and come back and read some of those comments out loud on the next session. Maybe it'll be an IG session. Who knows? Okay. I think this is it for now. I don't know if you have any last thoughts, Miss Lady D.
Let me see. I'm going through my cabinets. Hold on. Empty. Yeah, that's it. You had.
She is not empty, girl. She is not empty. But I really want to thank you guys for tuning in. As a matter of fact, I do have one quick announcement that I was going to forget about. I don't know if I could actually share my screen, but we're helping out with this event in Linden. So if you are in Linden, definitely check this out. Hold on, let's share my screen. How does it work? Tell me if you can see my screen.
Oh. It started, but I can't see anything yet.
Oh, well, I guess this stuff doesn't work. Well, never mind. We'll post it.
We'll post it at the end. We'll post of the, or how do I say this? Like they could just go ahead and just update like just some part of it. Or you could just go on our page.
There you go. Yeah, just going on our page. It's Journey to Greatness. They're doing this Empowering Through Entertainment deal where, you know, they're going to have a lot of different things, live performances, entertainment, things about economics, things that will help the community. So if you are going to be around, definitely check the page out and go support. So on that note, make sure we don't forget to post that. It is on our page, actually. It is. D2 did post that on our page. Thank you for that. So
shout out to, wait, D2.
D2. Shout out to D2. Well, guys, thank you again for joining us each and every time. We definitely appreciate you, and we want to hear your comments, your feedback to help us continue to push through and bring you guys some content, and that we could have the conversation all together. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, happy Labor Day again, and enjoy. Until next time, kisses.